The rise and fall of Nokia. The legend that ruled the world. There was a time when one company ruled the world of phones. A time when its ringtone echoed from every pocket, and its logo stood for quality, durability, and trust. A time not too long ago, when one name ruled the mobile world. Not Apple. Not Samsung. Not Huawei. It was Nokia, the undisputed king of mobile phones. But within just a few years, that king would lose everything. This is the story of innovation, arrogance, and missed opportunity. This is the rise and fall of Nokia. Our story begins in 1865, deep in the forests of Finland that connected billions of people, shaped our culture, and defined what a mobile phone was. From the indestructible Nokia 3310, to the revolutionary early smartphones, Nokia wasn't just a brand. It was a global phenomenon. But then it all vanished. Within a few short years, the company that once owned over 40% of the global market collapsed, brought down by arrogance, bureaucracy, and a failure to adapt. This is the story of Nokia's rise and fall, the legend that connected people and then lost connection itself. Nokia's story begins deep in the Finnish wilderness in 1865, when a mining engineer named Fredrik Idestam opened a pulp mill on the Nokianverta River. The company took its name from that river, Nokia. For decades, Nokia had nothing to do with phones. It made paper, rubber, and cables. By the 1950s, it produced everything from tires to military boots. But post-World War II Finland was rebuilding and Nokia was evolving. It merged with Finnish Rubber Works and Finnish Cable Works, forming a mighty industrial group. Then came a turning point: electronics. By the 1960s, Nokia was producing radio equipment, televisions, and early communication devices. The stage was set for a technological transformation, one that would soon change the world. In the late 1970s and early 80s, Nokia began to see the future in mobile communication. They built car phones and military radios, and when the Nordic region launched the world's first international cellular network, NMT, Nokia jumped right in. In 1987, they unveiled the Mobira Cityman, one of the first portable cell phones. It was massive and expensive, but when Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev was photographed using it, it became legendary, nicknamed the Gorba. By the early 1990s, under CEO Jorma Ollila, Nokia made a bold decision. Sell off everything: rubber, paper, cables, and focus entirely on telecommunications. That risk paid off. By 1998, Nokia became the world's largest mobile phone manufacturer, surpassing Motorola. Their slogan captured their spirit perfectly: connecting people. The early 2000s were Nokia's golden years. They weren't just leading, they were dominating. Nokia held over 40% of the world's mobile market. Their devices were stylish, durable, and affordable. The Nokia 3310 became a cultural icon, so tough it spawned memes decades later. And who could forget Snake? The game that defined an entire generation of mobile fun. But Nokia wasn't just about fun. They pioneered mobile internet, color screens, and camera phones. The Nokia 7650, released in 2002, was among the first with a built-in camera. The Symbian OS turned Nokia phones into some of the first smartphones ever made. By 2005, it seemed unstoppable. Nokia had connected the world and looked invincible. But behind the success, cracks began to show. Nokia had grown too comfortable. Layers of management slowed innovation. The company believed its hardware would keep it on top forever. Meanwhile, the world was changing. BlackBerry was winning over professionals with mobile email. Motorola's RAZR dazzled with its thin design. And in California, Apple was quietly preparing to rewrite the rules. Nokia noticed but didn't react quickly enough. Its software, Symbian, was powerful but clumsy. Developers hated it. Users found it complicated. While Nokia fine-tuned its hardware, the next revolution was brewing in software. And in 2007, that revolution exploded. Today Apple is going to reinvent the phone. The iPhone changed everything. A full touchscreen. No keypad. A fluid interface that felt like the future. Inside Nokia, some executives laughed. They thought it was a toy. Too expensive. Too fragile. No way it could beat Nokia's global dominance. But they were wrong. The iPhone wasn't just a phone. It was a platform powered by apps, developers, and software integration. Consumers didn't just want better phones. They wanted smarter ones. Nokia kept releasing more Symbian models, more complexity, less innovation. And as Android joined the race, the gap widened fast. By 2009, Nokia was still selling millions of phones. But the world had moved on. Apps became the new battleground. Developers were flocking to iOS and Android. And Symbian was sinking. Inside Nokia, panic spread. Meetings turned into power struggles. Innovative ideas were buried in bureaucracy. They launched hundreds of models each year, a sign of confusion, not clarity. In 2010, the Nokia N8 was released, a powerful camera phone with outdated software. The same year, Apple unveiled the iPhone 4. The contrast was night and day. Nokia needed a miracle. Enter Stephen Elop, a former Microsoft executive, and Nokia's first-ever non-Finnish CEO. He didn't sugarcoat things. In a leaked internal memo, he compared Nokia to a burning platform. He wrote, "We are standing on a burning oil platform. If we do not jump, we will die." Elop's jump was a bold alliance with Microsoft. In 2011, Nokia abandoned Symbian and adopted Windows Phone as its new operating system. The result, the Lumia series, beautifully designed, vibrant, and durable. But the software ecosystem was too small. No apps, no developer support, no momentum. While Nokia was trying to rebuild, Apple and Samsung were soaring. By 2013, Nokia's smartphone market share had collapsed to below 5%. The empire had crumbled. In September 2013, it finally happened. Nokia sold its mobile phone business to Microsoft for $7.2 billion. Just a few years earlier, it had been worth over $100 billion. The fall was complete. For Finland, it was like losing a national treasure. Tens of thousands of jobs were gone. A symbol of innovation had faded into history. For the tech world, it was a sobering lesson. No one, not even a giant, is safe from disruption. But Nokia didn't die. It reinvented itself. After selling its phone business, Nokia returned to its roots: telecommunications infrastructure. Through acquisitions like Alcatel-Lucent, it became a major player in 5G and network technology. And the Nokia name itself lived on. In 2016, a Finnish startup HMD Global licensed the brand to make new Android smartphones. Solid. Affordable. Nostalgic. They brought the name back, but not the glory. Nokia was now a memory, a respected one, but no longer a leader. So, what brought down the world's biggest phone maker? 3 powerful lessons emerge. First, complacency. Nokia thought its dominance was eternal. It ignored the shift from hardware to software. Second, bureaucracy. Innovation drowned in endless meetings and cautious leadership. Third, ecosystem blindness. Nokia didn't understand that the smartphone era was about software ecosystems, not specs. As former CEO Stephen Elop famously said, "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow, we lost." But doing nothing wrong is not the same as doing what's right, especially in a world that changes overnight. Despite everything, Nokia's legacy endures. It connected the world long before smartphones existed. It inspired generations of engineers. And for millions, their first call, first text, first ringtone came from a Nokia. Nokia taught us that technology is never just about machines, it's about people. Even though the brand faded from the spotlight, its spirit lives on in every device that connects us today. As that familiar ringtone fades into memory, we remember what Nokia stood for. Innovation. Connection. Humanity. They didn't just make phones. They made history. And though their signal faded, their story still connects us all.